Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show for Friday, June 17th, 2022. Welcome to another eBay video. Today we're going to be discussing the eBay promoted listings situation where they're increasing the minimum bid from 1% to 2%. I'm probably one of the last people to actually make a video on this, but we're going to talk about that today, as well as your comments, questions, and concerns from last week's video. Also, before we go inside and start the video, please notice it's cloudy, rainy, and freaking cold. Let's go inside. Okay guys, let's get this party started. You want to take a guess what the temperature is right now? 67 degrees and mostly cloudy. 67 degrees. Unbelievable. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to read your comments, questions, and concerns first, as I usually do. Then we're going to talk about some eBay topics, including promoted listings. All right. First comment is from Dennis Copper. I bought an item on eBay which was a few gallons of liquid. I told the seller, please ship it properly to avoid damage. They let me know they would ship it a certain way that works really well. Okay, I thought. Day of delivery, I could see the contents was leaking from the box. I took pictures and then contacted the seller. They apologized and gave me a full refund. Now the question. How many of you think I gave a negative to the seller? This was a comment that Dennis Copper wrote in on my video last Friday, and only 2 people responded. The first person who responded to his question said, yes, I know you, Dennis Copper, and you left the guy a negative. And I was the second person to respond, and I said, no, I know you, Dennis Copper, and because the seller admitted liability and gave you a full refund with no questions asked, you did not neg him. Dennis Copper has yet to come out and say what he did. But what I'd like for you guys to do, since nobody else did it, talk to us. Did Dennis Copper leave that seller a negative? Yes or no? Talk to me! Coyote Sonata wrote, your life stories are always interesting and entertaining. I know you're mainly focused on eBay, but even shorter anecdotes like at the end of this video are always good to hear. Would be cool to hear more if you have the time at the end of a video like this one. I'm glad you enjoyed my funny life story, and you're correct. I like to keep these videos topical about eBay. But every now and then, I'll throw you in a little life story. Betty Sue Long wrote, hi Joe, I've been watching your videos for a couple of years. Just some FYI, I like your window roadway background so much better. The lighting was better too. I've had complaints about the lighting here at work, because half my face is dark and half is normal, and I've had even more complaints at home. And I do totally understand that the lighting is terrible, and I don't dispute what any of you are saying. However, I'm not spending any money on lighting, all right? I spend money on things that can make me money. eBay inventory. I'll spend a lot of money on that because I know it's going to return tenfold. Lighting for this video isn't going to put any money in Joey's pocket. But, I'm a fair man. If any of you would like to purchase lighting at your expense and send it to me, I'll be more than happy to use it. Today I'm drinking hot coffee, by the way, on this 67-degree day in June. It's hard to believe that the poor people down in Texas are experiencing heat approximately 110 degrees. It's almost unbelievable. Comment from Biscuit Butt. This has got to be the funniest comment of the week. Joe, your stock with me just went up, knowing you enjoy Poison and Kiss. I had you as only listening to Bobby Darin or the Monkees. How could you think that, you son of a biscuit butt? How could you think that of poor Joey? For the record, my favorite album of all time came out when I was a kid in 1977. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. That's my all-time favorite. But yeah, now you know my taste in music. So let's move on. That does it for this week's comments, questions, and concerns, because I have a lot of material I want to talk about. Before we get into the main topic, I want to talk about a funny return. This is probably the first time in my life I am thrilled, happy to get a return. Couldn't have worked out better. Let me explain what happened. This could only happen in eBay Motors. A guy purchased a set of 4 Honda Civic hubcaps that were beat up, scratched, blemished, very poor condition at a cheap price. He paid right away. I go to box them up, and I didn't have them. Because what happens is a lot of people come in here, local customers have Hondas, and they want to buy cheap, scratched hubs instead of nicer quality ones, okay? Because the roads here are a mess, and the weather is worse, so they buy the cheap ones. Consequently, I ran out. However, I did have a set of the same exact hub in brand new condition. So, seeing I screwed up, I gave the buyer a set of hubs in brand new condition at the beat up price. It was the right thing to do. The buyer did nothing wrong. I'm sorry, I sent to the buyer. The buyer did nothing wrong. He deserved to get 4 Honda hubs. I sent him the 4 real nice ones. What do you think happens? He opens a return request. Wrong size, doesn't fit. He didn't even read the listing. It clearly says 16-inch, and he has a 15-inch wheel, so they're coming back. No harm, no foul for Joey. And this guy is going to be losing about $60 in shipping just because he doesn't read. I am absolutely appalled with the amount of money people spend in shipping just because they don't read. Another thing I want to tell you, this Monday coming up is a USPS holiday called Juneteenth. It's a brand new holiday, and actually this year the holiday falls on Sunday, but the post office, which as I've said in many videos in the past, takes off more days than any institution I'm aware of, is celebrating on a Monday. So there will be no post office on Monday, but I do mostly UPS now, so it really won't affect me. One more topic I want to hit on real quick. Deadbeat bidders when they send you a best offer. This week I had quite a few deadbeat bidders with best offer. And I'm bringing this up because someone started a thread in one of the Facebook groups that they're inundated with deadbeat offers from people on eBay who send them best offers and never pay. I thought it was just me, but no, it's very widespread. And they even went on to say that eBay is the only venue on the earth where you can agree to buy something from a seller, lock up his item for 4 days and not pay. You won't get away with that on any other site, and he's right. And I'm going to touch on that in a minute when I talk about the promoted listings debacle that's going on. But what I've been doing with my deadbeat bidders, as I told you, there's 2 types. You got your magicians who just disappear. Magicians don't bother me, okay? They agree to buy your item. They lock it up for 4 days. You don't hear from them. No big deal. You move on. But when a person starts dancing, I get highly pissed off. The dancers really know how to irritate me. So anytime they start me crapping me, I have this beautiful line that I use. I'm going to share it with you now. The other day, a guy bought or agreed to buy an item from me, a cheap $22 item. After 24 hours, he starts the dancing, and he says, I don't need this item anymore. So I wrote to him, and I always start out with the first two words. And those two, no, not those two. The first two words are, no problem. I make it sound like I'm the most magnanimous person in the world. No problem. If you don't pay in 4 days, I will just open an unpaid item case against you. I just made a sale. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. Okay, yeah, sales have been good this week. But to get back what I was saying, I'll say to them, no problem. I'll just open an unpaid item case against you in 4 days. Sometimes they'll respond with a snarky answer. Well, thanks a lot. Well, why don't you just cancel the sale? Sometimes they go magician. And if they go magician, no problem. But I always let it play out 4 days and file the deadbeat bidder case just in the very small chance eBay will do something, though we all know they won't. In the case that I'm talking about right now with the $22 item, I checked his feedback. He bought the same item from another seller after he agreed to buy mine. Okay, let's talk about the main topic, the promoted listings money grab. What's going on? Why is it happening? And what will be the fallout from this? Here's the deal. Up till now, you as an eBay seller could opt into promoted listings standard and bid just 1% of your final value fee. All right? To promote your listing. And, in my opinion, it would help. I have been out here for years recommending that all of you bid just 1%, even though your specific categories probably call for more. I have told you it always worked well for me, and I do believe that it worked well for most people on eBay, okay? So, I guess eBay looked at this. I can't even do this. Christ. I guess eBay looked at the statistics and realized, a lot of people are bidding 1% and they're making money. I believe somebody at eBay, in their infinite wisdom, decided to push this program through like a thief in the night in order to boost income substantially. Let me do a little show and tell, if I may, with some of my friends that I have right here in my hand. All right, here's the deal. You have an item on eBay listed for $100. Okay, let's put that down there. In the past, you would bid 1% through promoted listing standard to increase the visibility on that item. And when it's sold through promoted listing standard, you would kick $1 upstairs to eBay. Worked fine. Now you can no longer bid $1. You have to bid a minimum of $2 and kick that upstairs to eBay. Okay? Will that increase your search in any way? In my opinion, no. It will not increase your visibility because you're still bidding bottom tier. Bottom tier used to be 1%, now it's 2%. What effect will this have on your sales? And what percent of people currently bidding 1% will augment their bid to 2% instead of dropping out by the wayside. That's an important thing because this is going to affect competition. Large sellers will easily be able to afford the 2%. Probably they won't even notice it. All right? Small-time sellers will not. I'm very curious to see what your reaction is, those of you guys who are currently bidding the 1% like I am. Are you going to augment your items up to 2%? Or are you just going to cancel all your promoted listings and risk not being seen in search? My personal decision has been made in my head. I am going to augment mine to 2%. Number one, I want to be seen in search. Number two, my markup is such that I can afford to do it. That's why I always talk to you guys and say, please buy your items in bulk when you can to get everything at a cheaper price. I buy everything in bulk, not just my items I'm going to sell on eBay, but even my supplies from Uline. I always buy by the pallet. I don't mind laying big money out. This stuff's not going bad. These aren't cantaloupes, okay? This stuff will last. I lay the money out. I get the stuff at a cheaper price. Now, two things I want to point out. There are some sellers that are either not going to be able to afford 2%, or for whatever reason will choose not to opt in. So one school of thought will be that there'll be less people competing against you. But of course, there'll be less profit because now you're bidding 2%. There is one thing that concerns me greatly, and I alluded to this earlier when I was talking about the deadbeat bidders with best offers. I want to just make a comparison to you. I want everyone to stop what you're doing. I'm not asking you to stop. I'm telling you to stop. All right? So here's the deal. Think about over the last 20 years or so, anytime that eBay made a change, they would always give us plenty of notice. They would put out seller newsletters, announce 3 to 6 months ahead of time that we had to change item specifics or that there was a new payment method coming out. They would always, always, always give the sellers plenty of time to get ready and be up to date on the changes. Now, with the deadbeat bidders and promoted listings, we, as far as deadbeat bidders is concerned, we have been crying for years for a change. And if you remember, the end of last year, they said this summer there would be a change. Where's the change? No change. If they announced last year, the end of last year, why couldn't they institute that change immediately like they're doing with this promoted listings money grab? Now think about that. They announced this 2 or 3 days ago. And they're saying that it takes effect July the 11th. So I want to draw a comparison here. How is it that they can come from out of nowhere and say, in 1 month, we're changing the promoted listings to a minimum of 2%, where they've been talking about making immediate payment required on best offers for years and have been unable or unwilling to do it? What is wrong with this picture? I have heard so many people say that this is just a money grab on eBay's part, mainly on the Facebook groups. And you know something? There's an old saying. If it walks like a duck and sounds like a duck and looks like a duck, the chances are it's a duck. All right? Will this extra 1% hurt me in the long run? Probably not really. All right? I'm not going to get all upset about it. And that's one of the reasons that I didn't make a video about this on Tuesday or Wednesday when they announced it. Because to me, it wasn't a real important thing. There's too many more important things I'm worried about right now on eBay, like these deadbeat freaking bidders that are allowed to make best offers with absolutely no repercussions whatsoever. Payment is optional. Why they don't address this is absolutely beyond me. I just don't get it. But then conversely, like a thief in the night, they come up with this promoted listings change and they're going to implement it in 1 month. I don't get it. It's a double standard. So yeah, that's my little, I don't want to say rant, because like I said, I'm not overly upset about the promoted listings bid being raised to 2%. I can deal with it. But I am upset over the fact that they can make a change like that so quickly, but yet have not implemented immediate payment required on best offers. It's nothing but a double standard, and I don't like it. And I don't think it's fair to sellers. All right, guys. That's all I'm going to talk about now. I think there's plenty of fodder. Talk to me about your feelings about the new promoted listings fee grab. Will you guys be opting into 2% or more? Or are you going to stop promoted listings? I want to hear from everybody. Also, don't forget to vote in about Dennis Copper's question. Did he leave negative feedback for that seller? And talk about any eBay topics you want. Okay? Guys, I'm Crazy New York Driver. You're not. Thank you for watching this video. Rock on and peace!
Give me just a little more sunshine. I think it could be a bit brighter. It's so hot to see it tomorrow. I think it was yesterday. No reason to turn off your sunshine. If I'm gonna be here tomorrow, I'll find me the tallest mountain and help you break a brand new day. Shine down on the man who's not watching or listening to what's going down. You'll soon be the one which might get his attention. You'll need more than me, cause he's got no direction. He's really no different than I.